How is everyone? I hope everyone's had a good weekend. Stayed cool because it was definitely hot. Hi, welcome in. Hi. Sorry about that. That needs to be fixed. Hopefully it'll be fixed by tomorrow. But hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much. I do believe I have kept y'all waiting long enough. So grab your Storykeeper's cup. Oh, well, welcome to the Raindrop family. I hope you enjoyed these chaotic universes. But grab your Storykeeper's cup, grab a blanket, grab a stuffy if you have one, and snuggle up because it's story time. The next morning, after cleaning up the mess Paige had made and sneaking around the house to find replacement light bulbs, I couldn't wait to get out of Mom's car to find Wyatt and tell him about everything that had happened. One second, I can hear my cat wandering around. What are you doing? Oh, you following me? Okay. Oh, fluffers. Sorry, the kitty cat. Oh, do I not get fluff cuddles? Anyway, back to the story, sorry. Where was I? My mother was practically wringing out a handkerchief at the idea of being away from me for a whole weekend. Nope, not Dusty, Fluff. You guys haven't seen Fluff yet. Someone needs to get their fucking brakes fixed. Go for it, girl. You do what you want to do. Hi, baby. Okay. I know, I just wanted to give you a fluff hug. That is such a beautiful name. Oh, I gave you a hug and now you went out? Make up your mind. Do you want in or out, kitty cat? Give me 1 second. I have to let the cat out. Alright, honey. Go on. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Hi, welcome in. I tried to extract myself from her clingy embrace. You're going to be gone for 72 hours, I said. And Monday afternoon, when you come to pick me up, I'll come trotting out that gate like I always do. Oh, I'm live pretty much every day. Sometimes when it gets close to the weekend, it can get a little wonky. Okay. Sorry. Anyway. Never mind. I read that wrong. Anyway, back to the story. Where was I? Of course. I love all my beautiful raindrops. Well, that was a new truck. Sorry, I'm listening to the vehicles. Where was I? I wouldn't describe your movement as trotting, Mom said, not letting go of my hand, even on the best of days. Hi, welcome in. A joke, I said. Why, that's wonderful, Mother. What smashing progress. So listen, you have my phone number, and I have yours, but don't call me. This is your honeymoon, remember? She frowned. Not even to say night? You can text, I said. You get 2 texts a day. How about that? Mom sighed. Oh, you're fine. It's called Famous Last Words by Katie Allender. I love this book so much. And after we're finished with this book, I have a huge surprise for y'all. Oh, unfortunately, I don't give that out. I mean, people have guessed it, and if you guess it, I'll tell you. But I don't give that out just because I don't want to worry my family. Yeah. Otherwise, I would definitely tell you. All I will say is I'm named after a goddess. That's where I'll leave it. Anyway. I want to rip that thing out of the ceiling, to be honest. It's kept me up for 3 days now. I gave her a hug. Have fun, I said. And remember honeymoon. And remember a honeymoon, sorry, I skipped a word, doesn't involve actually mooning people. Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Can't have you getting arrested. I kissed her on the cheek, then slid out of the car and hurried to the gate. Sorry, I think I just saw a moth. Behind me, I hear her call out through the open window. Be sure to say thank you to Mary's parents. I spun around and saluted, which in my humble opinion was a very effective way to get out of actually lying to her. Mary was absent again. Not that she and I had any relevance to one another anymore, I guess, but it was nice to walk over to Wyatt's table at lunch without her eagle eyes watching me. It's Paige, I said as soon as I sat down. I hadn't been able to find Wyatt that morning, and my news came bursting out. The ghost in my house is Paige Pollen. What? Wyatt looked up from his laptop in shocked disbelief. How do you know? Trust me, I said. She made it very clear. Then this changes a lot of things, he said. We need to kickstart our investigation. We need to figure out what Paige's death could possibly have to do with your house this weekend. Yeah, please don't put your age in the chat. Just for safety reasons. Please don't. Where was I? I shook my head. We can start on Monday. My mom and stepdad are out of town, and if Paige burns the house down when I'm not even supposed to be home, there's gonna be a lot of explaining to do. Sorry. Hi, welcome in. Wyatt looked perplexed. Would it be better if she burned the house down next week? I nodded. Much. We don't have to mess with the actual ghost at all, he said. I was thinking more along the lines of trying to talk to kids from Paige's high school, or going back over to the police report from her death. Oh, I said. Then knock yourself out. What about you? He asked. Aren't you going to help? Sure I will, I said. I'll be home, with the fire extinguisher at the ready. He rolled his eyes. Listen, I said. Okay. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that when Paige has something to say, she's going to find a way to say it. At some point, she's going to let us know what the next steps are. I can't afford to go looking for... Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. I want to address this. What do you mean you saw me on Twitch? I'm not... Are we good? Sorry, it disconnected, so I have no idea if you guys are saying this right now because it likes to glitch out. But I haven't been on Twitch for a while now, and I didn't upload any content. So... I never uploaded content on Twitch. So... maybe you saw a lookalike? Because I didn't have the equipment to do Twitch at the time. Hi, welcome in. Happy early birthday! Oh my god, I'm so happy for you. Mods in the chat. Can you let me know if you can see this? I just want to make sure before I keep going with the chapter because it's disconnected for a second. God, that thing is annoying. Hi. Okay, well, at least we're back. Someone posting about me is new and different. Anyway, back to the story before it decides to fully disconnect. Hi, welcome in. Where was I? Oh, this is Famous Last Words by Katie Allender. Sorry, I'm looking for my place. We're not looking for trouble, he said, sounding a little defensive. We're looking for answers. The answers we get are always troublesome. Have fun. Sorry, someone's texting me at the same time. I said, Do whatever you want, but I can't play until next week, okay? Oh, that's the fire alarm. It's been doing that for a while. Uh, it was supposed to be fixed, but it never got fixed. Hopefully it gets fixed tomorrow. But yeah. And I would just take it out of the ceiling, but if I touch it, I'll get fined. Anyway. Where was I? Wyatt pushed his laptop a couple of inches farther away from himself, which I took as a sign that he agreed with me, even if he didn't like it. Yeah. We don't know what's wrong with it, but it's progressively getting louder. It was quiet when it started, and now it's like that. All night. For 3 days. Fun! Okay, where was I? We ate in silence for a couple of minutes, then Wyatt flipped his notebook open. Why would Paige Pollin's ghost be at your house? Yes, she was a fan of Diana Del Mar, he mused. But enough of one to be drawn to her house when she died? That's not even half of it, I said. I mean the script, the lines she writes on the hallway, on the walls. Henry. That all ties back to Leah. I can't say the actual name because I have no idea how to pronounce it, and I don't want to butcher it. And the offing investigation. Only Paige wasn't offed, Wyatt said. She offed herself. Well, maybe she was the offer, I said, feeling a sudden chill of fear. But there have been 2 more offings since she died, he said. I relaxed. Although, Wyatt thumped back through the pages. Maybe the ghost is offing people now. I threw a sweet potato fry at him. Do you mind? He looked up at me, shaking his head. Don't you want to figure out the truth? Wyatt, I'm staying home alone this weekend, I said. If you put that kind of thought in my head, and then Paige gets excited and decides to give me a little haunted house performance, I will die of fright. I promise that I'll give it everything I have on Monday, but I can't do this today. He made a face, but he shut his notebook and slipped it into his bag. Let's try something else, I said. Like talking about something other than offings and ghosts and dead people. He followed it. Wrong word. He folded his arms on the table and rested his chin on them. I don't know about anything else. You don't like music? I asked. He shrugged. Well, yeah, I mostly listen to country. No, I said. Stop. You do not. What's wrong with country music? He sat up. Mary got me into it. That's awesome, I said. If I buy you a giant belt buckle, will you promise to wear it? He gave me a withering glare. Never. Wyatt the cowboy, I said. Like Wyatt Earp? Hopefully I said that right. He wasn't a cowboy, Wyatt said. He was a sheriff. Alright, so we'll get you a big, shiny star. Willa, Wyatt said, a hint of warning in his voice. But there was a tiny smile on his lips. Then his eyes narrowed. Why are you in such a good mood? Sorry. I'm not sure, I said. Because Mary's not here? I shook my head. It had never been about Mary. It had never been about Wyatt either, or Mom, or Dad, or Reed, or any one thing really. Not even the ghost. Those things were like individual curtains blocking back a light in a very dark room. But suddenly, I was pushing them all aside, and each situation was letting in a tiny bit of light. I just think things are looking up, I said. Is that insane? To expect that you're going to be, like, okay? That's not insane. That's not insane at all, Wyatt said. That's what we're all aiming for, right? I nodded, smiling. What about books? Do you like to read? Of course I like to read, he said. Sorry. My brain's shutting down. Let me guess, I said. Obscure Russian philosophers. I'm more into Tom Clancy, military stuff, strategy, politics, and what do you read? Us Weekly? I sniffed. Lightly. Not my taste. I will be right back. I need some water. Okay. I'm back. Hopefully there's no more interruptions. Oh, sorry, he said, raising an eyebrow. You probably prefer the British tabloids. Bernadette Milton. Could you not? I groaned. That was all Marie's doing. Yeah, it felt like Marie had it. It had her stamp on it. He looked down at his half-finished sandwich. But you did look like the movie star in that picture. Stop mocking me, I said, blushing. I'm serious. You were totally believable. You look fresh-faced, I repeated. Weirdest compliment ever. He shot me an affectedly arrogant look. Maybe I'm not trying to compliment you. Maybe it's an observation. All right, Sherlock Holmes. Thanks for your analysis. Fine. He sat up straight and looked at me. You looked beautiful in that picture. Oh. I blinked and glanced down at the table, collecting my thoughts and feelings, which were scattered all over the place. Hey, I finally said, nudging him with the side of my shoulder. Sorry. When I looked back up, Wyatt was looking at me. Our eyes met, and I felt a zing of energy move through me. Yeah? He said softly. Thanks. Okay. Don't mention it. He looked back down at his lunch and picked up an apple. Be careful. Your voice might stick to that. Or your face might stick to that. Sorry, I'm listening. I just heard a door. Okay. Anyway. Don't mention it. He looked back down at his lunch and picked up... Oh, I already read that. Be careful. Your face might stick to that. Stick? Like what? I wonder. And then I realized I was smiling. Wyatt dropped me off after school. But first, we stopped at the grocery store where I stocked up on the kind of food Mom never allowed in the house. Frozen pizza bites and macaroni and fake cheese. a whole box of those little chocolate cupcakes with icing sprinkles on top, and the 2-liter bottle of Hawaiian Punch. I might be dead of malnutrition by Monday, but at least I'd spent my last weekend in carb-induced nirvana. Sorry, I'm really excited about something. The house was blissfully calm and still, with no sign of Paige. I began to hope this might be the start of one of her quiet periods, leaving me with a week or two just of semi-normal. Maybe all she'd wanted was for someone to know she was here. After arming the alarm system, weird time to be, I curled up in the front of the TV with a 2-pack of cupcakes and found a marathon of pageant tots. 4 hours later, feeling like I could use a good brain scrubbing, I went to the library to look over Jonathan's DVD collection. It occurred about 60, or wrong word, my brain is not working. It occupied about 60 linear feet of shelf space and contained basically every movie I'd ever heard of, organized in alphabetical order. The arrangement was so perfect that it was totally obvious when a movie had been removed. There were a few spots where movies were missing. Vertical Limit leaned on Very Bad Things. Heat and Dust rested on Heaven. Good night. Don't let the Maid Cats bite. I drifted to the Bees. Birdman, then Space, then Birdie. In the K's, I found Kiss Before Dying, then it skipped to Kiss the Girls. Okay, no. Calm yourself, Willa. Just because the missing movies fit perfectly with the 4 movies that the Hollywood offer used as inspiration doesn't mean, well, anything. Right. I couldn't even be totally sure that those were the missing films. Then, off to the side, I saw a small 3-ringer binder with a label on its spine that read DVD inventory. It depends on which context. As in the context that I like reading, yes, I'm a huge bookworm. I grabbed it, flipping open to the B's. My heart flip-flopped as I read the list to B31. Birdman. And then read the next listing, B32, The Birds. H14, Heathers. K29, Kiss of Death. V9, Vertigo. I took a step back, trying to tell myself not to make something out of nothing. So Jonathan owned all 4 movies that the offer based the offings on. So what? Lots of people own them. They were popular, critically acclaimed movies. So they all just happened to be missing from their spots. So what? With every so what, my stomach twisted more tightly. around itself. Be reasonable. Maybe Jonathan pulled him all when he heard about the offings. Maybe he wanted to watch the scenes that inspired the offer because he was curious. Maybe he was looking for connections and clues. It was a little morbid, but then, who was I to judge? In the pocket of my jeans, my phone vibrated with an incoming text. It was from Mom. Good night, sweetie. I love you. Tell Mary hello and thanks. Great day here. Tomorrow we're going to lay by the pool all day. As happy as I was that my mother was having a great time, my carefree night was beyond ruined by my discovery of the missing movies. I went back to the den and turned off the TV. And then, feeling oppressed by the sudden silence and darkness, I headed for my room. I burrowed under the covers, for once actually wishing Paige would find some way to tell me she was there. Turns out, the price of freedom is being alone. And that, my beautiful, beautiful raindrops, is the end of chapter 28. I will be back tomorrow with chapter 29. Please do tell me your thoughts on the series in the comments. I am always in those comments, and I love hearing your thoughts on theories. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, my beautiful raindrops. Stay spooky, stay weird, stay dreaming, and don't let the man cats bite.